Good morning, day 75 of hiking the Appalachian Trail in 100 days. Just about 3.5 miles in this morning and had a decent climb of about 1,500 feet here to start the day. And now I'm just over 4,000 feet and quite foggy again this morning up here. It wasn't foggy down when I started, but once I got up a little bit above 3,000 feet, fog started coming in, or I started coming into the fog and cloud actually, is what happened I think. So just under 9 miles total today to make it to the partnership shelter, which is just less than a quarter mile past Route 16. And Route 16 goes one direction, I think, to the north-ish to Marion, and then the south-ish to Sugar Grove. And today's Sunday, so I have to wait till tomorrow to get my post office package in Sugar Grove. And today I'll probably go into Marion because they have it's a lot bigger town, and there's a outfitter and some restaurants. So I might try to get some gaiters like I've been talking about, because there's just a lot of stuff that gets in my socks and shoes throughout the day that could be avoided, I think, or a lot less with the gaiters. So I'm 3/4 of the way through the trip, so I feel like maybe it's too late, but hey, it's still like 3 weeks, so a little bit more than 3 weeks, so it could still be worth it, I think. And a little update in terms of some hikers I've seen along the way and mentioned in videos. The other SOBO bog balls that I hiked with back in Connecticut and have talked about a few times in different videos. We were texting back and forth, I think on Wednesday or Thursday, so just like 3 or 4 days ago. And he was in Damascus, which is basically like 20 miles from the Tennessee border in Virginia. So that's about, at the time, that was about a week ahead of me, which I'm glad to hear, because, you know, at the halfway point, he was only like a day ahead of me, and he has to finish like 10-ish, 12-ish days ahead of me for his deadline he's trying to meet. So I think he's doing well. He's probably got about 2 weeks left now, and he's definitely into Tennessee now. So glad to hear that about him. And then another hiker, I'm pretty sure I passed him in New Jersey. His name was Yard Sale. He was a northbounder, and he started at Springer the same day as me, June 5th. And he was trying to do the trail in about 2 months, which is pretty quick, well over, I think it's like over 35-mile average per day. And I saw a posting on one of the Facebook Thru hiker groups that he finished somewhat recently, I think within the past week or so, and his total was 66 days, so technically a little longer than 2 months, but still right in that ballpark and faster than probably 99% of the other people. So kudos to him for that quick pace, and I was glad to see that posting. I don't really go on those Facebook groups much, but I join some of them and check them every once in a while when I'm like bored or something at night. Just past 9 a.m. and still quite foggy out, but I'm up at around 3,700 feet right now. Pretty much all downhill. Technically a little bit of elevation, but mostly downhill for the next 2.5 miles to campsite that's just past Route 16. So should be there by about 10 o'clock. So very short day today, but can't go any further unless I just go into Marion, buy some food, and then just skip the post office package. But not going to do that. I'll still be ahead, most likely tomorrow, of where I had scheduled or planned to be originally. So still doing perfectly fine in terms of time. So walking along the road, Route 16, heading out of Marion back to the trail. I started walking towards Marion about 10 a.m. and ended up hiking or walking on the road almost an hour before someone finally picked me up. So got into town a little bit after 11, went to this breakfast restaurant, got an incredible breakfast, and then I went to a gear store nearby and got some more stove fuel and some gators that I'm going to try out. And then I went across the street to a gas station and got the daily ice cream, which this is day 6 in a row. So doing well there. And now just heading out, been walking about 10 or 15 minutes, haven't gotten a ride yet, so hopefully I can get a ride soon and don't have to walk too far, but it's a little frustrating. But certainly grateful to the people that do end up picking me up, even if sometimes it does seem to take a while. So I'm here at the partnership shelter, and there's a nice little campsite, picnic table, fire ring, and clothesline and bathroom over there, and there's a ladder up to the upstairs, and there's also a shower here. So I'm gonna take a shower in a little bit, eating my dinner right now, cooking up the ramen, and right now I'm trying out my gators. They basically fit over your shoe, and they have a little Velcro thing here. So there's a Velcro piece that has an adhesive that I stuck to the boot here, or the shoe, and then they just Velcro on basically. And then there's a little hook down here that hooks onto your shoelace. So I'm pretty sure that's how they're supposed to work. They seem all right, I guess. I guess we'll see how they work at keeping my socks and feet cleaner, less dirt getting in there. It has been raining, kind of drizzling a little bit the last hour or so, and I did end up getting a ride back to the shelter. It was probably walked on the trail or on the road only about a mile on my way out of Marion, and then a lady picked me up, so that was awesome. And then when I got back to the shelter, there was two people here doing some maintenance, so they did a bunch of weed whacking in here, and then the guy was cutting some trees and just kind of clearing the area, I think. And over there's a kind of visitor center for the Mount Rogers recreational area, so it's pretty much all closed up on Sunday the whole day. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. There's the shelter. Did a total of 8.8 miles today, and I'm at mile marker 1,663. Definitely hoping to get into Sugar Grove by the time the post office opens. Even if I have to walk, I should be able to get there when they open. But definitely on the way back to the trail, I'm hoping I can get a ride without too much issue. That's the crux of it. And then probably planning to do in the range of 20 miles today or tomorrow. You know, if it takes me a while to get back to the trail, maybe I won't do that much. If I get back quickly, maybe I'll do a little more. But I was looking at it, and there's not really a good way for me to get to Damascus like a day early, because I only have a few days to get there. So the next few days probably won't be super hard, but I'll just do them and get to Damascus, and then from there I'll be in Tennessee,
and we'll see what happens from there. Yeah.